March 12th, 3:35 p.m. Flight G390, lower deck, cargo hold. Dude, I'm looking at her bubbles. How's she doing that?
When you like to, don't, you can't just look at a woman's bubbles.
Miss Meal.
Andy. You bubble looker.
Miss Meal.
Huh?
Do you recall what you said earlier? About when you answered some service calls as we were departing from Zhengfa?
Huh?
You said that Mr. Hicks was sitting on a seat at that time. However, that is simply not possible. Because Mr. Hicks was dead long before we ever touched down in Zhengfa.
Oh?
Miss Cammy Meal.
Maybe I didn't see what I thought I did.
No one can make a mistake so large, Miss Meal.
But I make that kind of boo-boo all the time.
Damn it. Ugh. This is going nowhere. There must be a better way of resolving this contradiction. Very well. Miss Meal, if you please, tell me about your alibi during the time span. From just before we were to land at 3 a.m. and 6 a.m. when the body was found.
Are you telling me I'm a suspect, Mr. Edgeworth?
The zoom in with nothing. Great.
Miss Meal's alibi. Yeah. From 3 to 4, I was in the flight attendant's room, all by my lonesome self. Yeah. Oh yeah. And from 5 to 6, I was in the flight attendant's room, all by my lonesome self.
How is a man supposed to react to a testimony like that? Miss Meal, wake up! She fell asleep again. It looks like the only way I'm going to be able to wake her up is by pressing her. Okay. We can do that. Hold it!
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Miss Meal, wake up!
I'm awake. Dude,
this is me at work, honestly. I was Edgeworth. I demand that you do something about this flight attendant this instant. Why ask me to wake her when you can finally put that whip to an appropriate use?
I can't just go whipping around people without reason, Mr. Myers Edgeworth.
What? Hold it. If I remember correctly, food was being served in first class in the lounge between the hours of 3 and 4 a.m.
Yeah, but that kind of stuff's run by Miss Rhoda.
Then what were you doing in the attendance room at that time?
Eating and then having the most delicious dream.
You mean you were neglecting your duties?
No way, sleeping's part of our job too, you know?
Never mind, she's actually really qualified for the job. Wake up! Miss Meal, how many times do I have to repeat myself? Wake up!
I'm awake,
Oh, what do you want me for, sir?
Oh, what did I miss?
A poor detective being on the receiving end of a lash in your stead.
Really? Sorry about that.
You can make amends for that by continuing with your testimony. She just skipped over like fucking 4 to 5. Hold it.
What was happening in 4 to 5, you know, Andy? Remember what happened was happening 4 to 5?
Tricky. So you were alone the entire time, were you?
Yeah, no one else even popped their head in to say hi.
Oh, but I think a contradiction just popped up to say hi. What should I do? Should I raise an objection? You just said that there's a contradiction, so yeah. Miss Meal,
Eureka!
There was a clear contradiction embedded in your testimony.
Huh? What are you talking about?
It's not possible that you were alone in the attendance room the whole time from 5 to 6 a.m.
Cause she said wait, what?
Oh, yeah, cause Rhoda bought the suitcase.
Yeah.
Take that!
Take that! I wonder if you would be so kind as to take a look at this receipt, Miss Meal.
A receipt for what?
It's for the suitcase Miss Tenero bought. Now, if I may direct your attention to the timestamp. As you can see, it clearly says 5:40 a.m. Miss Tenero! Oh, she's here. I summon you!
In defense position. Yeah? Yeah, why is the killer here? I thought you'd have locked her up by now.
I requested that she be present as a witness so that we can straighten out your complex lie. Now then, Miss Tenero, between the hours of 5 and 6 a.m., you took a trip from first class down to the first floor in-flight shop, correct?
Yes, I went to the shop to buy a suitcase. After which I went straight to the attendance room and drop it off.
And did you see Miss Meal there at the time?
No.
So, Miss Meal, where were you really between the hours of 5 and 6 a.m.? Miss Cammy Meal.
Huh? Oh, I'm the bathroom?
I'll be the one to ask the questions here.
Yeah, maybe that's it. I probably just missed her. Nature calls, you know.
Do you take me for a fool? That's a little too convenient to be true. Women don't poop.
I didn't say poop, mister.
Damn it! He's right.
But that's the truth. Cross my heart. Which is located right here.
You don't need to point at that. I don't have enough conclusive proof to counter-argue her at this stage.
You do? You don't believe me, do you? Please, won't you give me a chance and hear me out?
Okay.
Reason for suspicion. Like, I know you're suspecting me because I'm one of the crew, but you think that maybe you should also suspect Miss Rhoda, too. She's the one in charge of the elevator keycard into the shop, you know? Yes, me, that makes her super suspicious.
Please leave Miss Tenero out of the conversation. Only you are under suspicion for now.
I don't get it. Why are you coming for Miss Rhoda all of a sudden? Oh, now I get it. Maybe you've got your eye on Miss Rhoda.
Of course I'm keeping an eye on her. I can't very well let her escape, can I?
Hell yeah!
Let's go.
Never mind. Do you want to know, Miss Rhoda? It's actually kind of a little... I have absolutely no interest in people who can't appreciate my sense of design. Cube head.
Now's not the time for this sort of talk.
Reason for suspicion.
Okay. Let's see.
I actually made like one distinct statement.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. On the crew. Okay. Let's try to shop.
Press
sure.
that one, probably.
Yeah. Press it. Hold it. And what are you in charge of, Miss Meal?
I take care of the attendance room.
That doesn't count.
Oh, but I spent so much time in there. It might as well be my responsibility. Mr. Edgeworth, Cammy is very talented in languages. She assists passengers who may not speak English. Especially those who speak Borginian. She's the only one on this flight who's fluent. Oh, you mean kind of, what am I in charge of? Oh, why didn't you say so in the first place?
What else could I have meant?
Yeah, so I'm really good at Virginian.
She's fluent in Borginian. Then I suppose you're in charge of processing documents in Borginian.
Yeah, I take care of anything that has to do with Borginian.
Very interesting. We missed something?
So do we present the thing? It's not a contradiction, but
Oh,
we can...
new line.
oh, yeah. Present
Yes.
the documents.
Yeah. This? Objection!
Overruled.
Hey, that's next game. So, you are the only one in this flight crew that speaks Borginian. Is that correct?
Oh, yeah, I guess so. I studied abroad in Virginia for a while.
If that is the case, then the signature on this document belongs to you, doesn't it? This is a falsified piece of documentation with only one purpose: to lead anyone who read it to believe that Mr. LeBlanc's statue was loaded in Europe. The only person who could have either prepared or processed this document in Borginian is you, Miss Meal. Without your participation, the smuggling of the Elif Red could not have occurred. Don't sleep while I'm pointing my finger at you. What the fuck?
I wouldn't dream of falling asleep on you, Mr. Edgeworth.
She was faking the bubbles? Damn. And also she's blowing bubbles.
It is exactly as you say.
Are you confessing to have participated in the smuggling?
No, far from it. It's true that I was the one who signed off on that document. Bloop, 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 bloop. But you can't use that fact alone to make your allegation of smuggling stick. There's no direct correlation after all. All you have is my signature on a piece of paper.
Really? All you did was sign it?
I neglected to check if the cargo had been loaded onto the plane properly. I'm so sorry about that.
It seems that she's finally woken up. This is going to be one tough fight.
I suppose. And this is just a supposition. Even if I was involved in the smuggling, you can't throw the charge of murder on me just like that.
Objection! I can and I will. If you were involved in the smuggling, you would have had strong motive to kill. Agent Hicks was in the middle of an investigation regarding a smuggling ring. And just when he was about to close in, he's killed by a member of that ring.
Did you ever stop to think that maybe Rhoda is the smuggling ring member? After all, unlike me, Rhoda has access to many things on this plane for work purposes.
What the fuck? So perhaps there was some element of a setup at play in this case.
What are you talking about?
Don't worry, I wasn't talking about you. I meant the killer, who is Gumshoe. First it was myself, and now it's Miss Tenero who is under the microscope. Seems to me that our killer is going to great lengths to pin this crime on anyone they can.
You have no proof that Rhoda isn't being set up for that, or if she isn't?
Actually, I believe that she was indeed the intended target from the very beginning. I believe that the plan was to push all of the blame for the crime onto her. And this evidence will prove my suspicions. This proves that the killer was out to frame Miss Tenero from the very beginning. No, this was planted on us. No.
No.
No. I mean...
Maybe that, to be honest, because that's the fake weapon.
But that only happened post-turbulence, which is where the body went flying. So it'd have to be pre-turbulence.
Yeah.
Keep cell phone. Is that cargo?
Oh, the suitcase, probably.
Oh, yeah. The killer could have hidden the body anywhere, and yet they chose the suitcase. Why is that? Perhaps it was to move the body up from the lower deck to the first floor. However, why go through the trouble to do so? That looks like fucking Popeye. The only way all of these actions make sense is if the killer had wanted to frame Miss Tenero for the murder. Miss Tenero buys a suitcase on every flight she works without fail. But should her suitcase be switched with the one containing the victim's body, that would put her in a very tight spot. Unfortunately for the killer, the turbulence put an end to that plan. There wasn't enough time to put the body back into the suitcase. Ergo, they made do with whatever was at hand, adapted their plan, and tried to frame me as I lay unconscious on the floor from the turbulence. The killer then went to hide the suitcase in the in-flight shop, and brought the piggy bank back to the elevator in order to fabricate a false weapon. A lot of work for a fruitless endeavor, wouldn't you agree?
Sounds like the killer had a tough time too, huh? I mean, why did the killer need to frame someone that badly anyway?
That is because of the special circumstances surrounding this particular case. What are they?
Who the murder victim was? Probably the Interpol. High profile.
Maybe it's the location because only like a couple people could get down there.
Oh yeah, no, definitely the location.
Yeah.
You're kidding.
The special circumstances are simply that the murder took place on a plane mid-flight. No matter which country, customs is quite strict in this day and age. So no matter what you do, the chances that the body will be found is very high. Therefore, there was no choice but to frame either Miss Gennaro or myself. In other words, the only one who fits within the boundaries of the criminal's movements is not Miss Gennaro or myself, but you, Miss Cammy Meal. Only you and you alone could be the killer.
And?
What?
Are you done already? I was about to fall asleep again. Anyway, let's be honest here. You don't have anything on me other than a whole lot of circumstantial evidence. What was that?
I can see the outline of how the murder occurred, but I have no definitive evidence. And isn't there a piece of evidence that's still unaccounted for? Something that I still can't quite fit into the big picture.
The murder weapon, for me, personally.
No. I mean, we think that he fell, right?
Oh, the missing cell phone.
Yep. Yep. I don't have any actual evidence.
I thought not.
But that's because it went missing, and still is. Missing? What do you mean by that? In the complex puzzle that is this case, there was one piece I kept getting stuck on. And that is the victim's cell phone. Franziska, you were waiting at the airport for a phone call from Agent Hicks's cell phone. Or at least, that's what you told me.
That's right.
But Agent Hicks's cell phone could not be found at the crime scene.
You mean the killer took the phone with them?
Precisely. I suspect that if we were to find that phone, it would lead us to the killer.
Come on, get serious.
Hmm?
The victim fell to his death from that height. Wouldn't his phone break as well?
We won't know that until we try a little experiment, will we? Give me your phone. Franziska, I'd like to ask for your assistance. You know the victim's phone number, do you not?
Of course I do.
Agent hits his phone. That's ringing from somewhere, sir.
I hear it, detective. Now where is it coming from? Like here?
Oh, yep. March 12, 4:12 p.m. Flight G390, first floor, flight attendant's room. The ring is coming from somewhere in here, sir.
Leave no stone unturned, Detective Gumshoe. We must find it.
Check her bed or a locker.
Let's go check. Doesn't seem to be over here.
It also looks somewhere else, sir.
Locker? The ringing is coming from somewhere around here.
But it's not here, sir.
Why do I have such a bad feeling about where we're going to find this phone?
Uh-oh.
Well, it's not in her locker.
Oh.
The ring is coming from in here, sir.
What? No, it can't be.
This has got to be the victim's cell phone. Just whose locker is this, sir?
It's Miss Teneros. There's a sign.
What? March 12,
Case
4:28
closed.
p.m. Yeah. Flight G390, lower deck, cargo hold.
So, Mr. Edgeworth, how'd it go? Where'd you find the phone?
I found it in the flight attendant's room, in Miss Teneros' locker.
Oh, but what?
Roll that, De Niro.
I don't know anything about phone or Robert De Niro. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. Miss Von Karma, is it? I suggest you arrest Miss Rhoda Tenero right away.
Objection. Wait, I have a theory. This is related to the incident with the keycard. When the killer went to steal the keycard, they conveniently stashed the cell phone in Miss Tenero's locker at the same time.
Objection. This is related to the keycard, all right. In the same way that we have zero proof that the killer did just that. The only voice that sings the truth is evidence. That is the one word we cannot ignore. Bird check.
What should I do?
Good check.
Franziska's right. I can't offer baseless conjectures at this point. Alright then, why did the culprit take the cell phone from Agent Hicks? It must have something very incriminating on it, or in it or on it.
Hold it!
Hold it!
What now, Miles Edgeworth?
It's not over yet. Look at my 5-head. We have yet to figure out why the killer took the phone.
What?
Inside this phone lies the final piece of incriminating evidence that will point us to our killer.
It's just like a selfie with like Cammy.
Yep. Hey, just here with my bestie.
Yep. We need to examine this phone in more detail.
Camera.
Oh.
The camera lens.
The LCD is broken. Without a screen, you can't even place a call with this.
That's a bit.
Ah, it's a camera lens. Come to think of it, I wonder, how exactly was Agent Hicks planning to preserve the crime scene of the smuggling? Franziska, I need you to confirm something. This cell phone, can it take pictures?
Mr. Edgeworth, I can't believe you don't know about this kind of basic stuff, sir.
This looks like a very similar model to my own. And mine can take photos just fine.
Do you think that Agent Hicks could have taken some pictures with this? In particular, pictures as evidence for a smuggling case? If so, I'd say there may be some very inconvenient photos on here for our killer smuggler.
But the phone's all busted up, sir.
Even a super prosecutor can't repair a broken phone. He
I'll
doesn't even know if he can take pictures or not.
find a way, don't you worry about that.
May I go back to sleep now?
Objection. This LCD screens on the inside and outside are broken, that's for sure. But that's also reason enough to believe that the killer wasn't able to erase the data.
What?
What do you mean by that, Franziska?
It looks like our killer isn't very familiar with electronics. This phone still rang when I called it, meaning that only the LCD screens are broken. It's possible that the photos are still there inside, waiting to be accessed. All we need to do is transfer the data to my phone.
Franziska, your phone, if you please.
Very well. There's the SD card. Transferring. Alright, displaying it now.
This is...
Agent Hicks was most certainly trying to obtain some evidence for his smuggling case.
Hey, the yellow thread's nowhere in this pic, sir.
But it has no meaning as a piece of evidence in this murder case, right?
Oh, she's right. There's not much we can find out about this from Agent Hicks's killer, sir.
Is this it? Is this the end? Is there really nothing in this photo that we can use?
I'm looking.
There's something in this photo that we can use.
Uh,
I don't know what it is. Oh, there's a suitcase there at the bottom. That should be in the gap, right? One of the suitcases is missing.
yeah. I'll click it.
The fact that all the suitcases are here in this photo is odd.
Agent Hicks was still alive at this time, so what exactly is so odd about suitcases that haven't been used yet being there?
Yes, well, I was only pointing out things that are different between now and then.
Your off-topic ramblings have put this attendant to sleep yet again, Miles Edgeworth.
Ugh, I'm gonna sleepyhead here, a rude awakening. A deafening objection and a contradiction.
Okay.
So what did she report? Like, I mean,
We're just examining things at this stage. Let's see. This one.
Boxes of bed sheets. They're still in the cargo hold, though. There's nothing unusual about them in particular, but I can't shake the feeling.
If you're just playing around, mind if I go home?
Yes, I mind. What exactly is different between then and now? So this? What's all this?
I have a gun! They're a cargo ship from Virginia to Zingfa.
So the reason they aren't here now is that they were dropped off in Zhengfa. Mr. LeBlanc, can you tell me the contents of the boxes? Unfortunately, there's no English written on them anywhere.
One cluster of boxes is written in Virginian. It says, no, and this is cloth in English.
Cloth. Could it be? Is this where the killer?
What? What for is that scary face?
Miss Meal,
Yes.
it appears that Agent Hicks was no ordinary investigator.
Huh?
He left us with a piece of evidence after all. A striking piece that will point out who the killer is.
Ha! Maybe you shouldn't force your mistake reading of a simple picture, Mr. Edgeworth.
The Borginian cargo in this piece of evidence will point us straight to the killer.
Because of the cloth. I guess, right? Virginia cloth, what does
Yeah.
that say?
The box is in Borginian.
Oh.
Scenario can't read Virginian. Got it. Yep.
And what's that supposed to prove?
The killer used this piece of cloth to wipe up the blood that he had spilt. But there was one thing that bothered me from this whole time. Where did it come from? And now I have
did it
finally
go?
found my answer in this very photo. The cargo that was unloaded in Jingfa had cloth written on it. In Borginian, that is. And this is where the killer grabbed a piece from to clean up the blood with. That's right. The killer was someone who could read and understand Borginian. And the only crew member that fits this description is you, Miss Cammy Meal.
Ha! That's pretty flimsy. The killer probably searched through all of the boxes looking for something to use. When you're frantic, you don't care for the boxes in English or Virginian.
Objection. Sorry, but I cannot agree with your assessment of this killer's indiscriminate nature.
What?
There was no need for the killer to tear through boxes at random at all. And if the killer supposedly could not comprehend Borginian, well then. Logically, the killer would have opened this box first, the bed sheets.
Take that!
Hey, it says bed sheets in English right in the box, sir. Precisely. And bed sheets would be perfect for cleaning up blood, wouldn't you say?
So what are you trying to say?
That if I were the criminal, this box of bed sheets would have been what I would have spotted first.
However, the killer chose to use some Virginian cloth. Do you have an explanation for that?
The killer didn't want anyone to know that the real scene of the crime was this cargo hold. So they were afraid to leave signs that the box for the sheets had been opened. However, the Borginian cloth, well, that's a horse of a different color.
Because the killer knew that it was going to be unloaded in the Republic of Zhengfa?
That's right. That is why the Borginian cloth was used. And the only Borginian reader on board who could make such a calculated decision is you, Cammy Meal. You and you alone. Peach neutral bee? It would be very easy for us to confirm if any of the boxes were resealed. All we would have to do is contact the Zhengfa authorities in time. We may even find other evidence to incriminate our killer within those boxes. So what do you say, Miss Meal? Why not confess to your crime here and now? Or would you rather wait and see what we find out from our investigation in Zhengfa? Jesus. That's some Orcane gameplay.
He was Interpol. I couldn't stop it. I brought him here. He started taking pictures. I couldn't be found out. I was scared I was in trouble. pushed him with my giant bazonkers.
March 12, 5:26 p.m. Flight G390, first floor lounge. Edgeworth's been up for like fucking 20 hours. We've finished making all the arrangements to take the suspect in, sir.
Very good, detective. What about the smuggling route? Did she say anything about that?
They're taking her down to the precinct now. Hopefully we can get more out of her there. Whenever we even approached the topic, she just started foaming at the mouth. It was scary, sir.
Probably wasn't prepared to commit a murder all of a sudden. One thing is for sure, that ring behind this whole mess means serious business. It looks like there's a lot more to this case than meets the eye.
Mr. Edgeworth. I wanted to say I very much appreciated everything you did. Thank you very much.
It was nothing. In fact, I should be the one thanking you for your cooperation.
But truly, if it wasn't for you, I might not be here right now. Instead, I can continue to serve our passengers as a flight attendant. I hope that, well, please accept this as a token of my appreciation.
That's ugly as fuck.
I see. You don't have to take it if you don't want it.
No. I mean, I would never turn down a lady's generous offer.
I can resell it for $1,200.
Oh, well, thank you. I'm sure it will serve you well. And I remember, here at Go You Airlines, we are always here to serve, Mr. Edgeworth.
Thank you. I'll keep that in mind.
Now, I must bid you farewell. May all your skies be blue, no matter where you go.
Ah, you go. Yeah. Okay. I can't believe we wound up investigating the whole day, sir, but boy, was it fun.
I hope I don't have to get back home like in 2 days and have a fucking 3 a.m. Anyway, speak for yourself. My day was filled with earthquakes, elevators, and false charges. By the way, where's Franziska?
Oh, she's filling out some customs paperwork for a departure.
A departure?
Yeah, Miss Von Karma's always really busy, sir. She's been flying from country to country to chase down some leads regarding their case.
Detective, can you cancel that car I had you reserve earlier?
You got it, sir.
March 12, 5:47 p.m. Hope Springs Airport. Franziska.
I thought I told you when you first landed. I have no time for idle chatter.
I have no intention of wasting your time. However, it has been a while since we last met.
I also have no time for such familiar reminiscences. Just who do you think I am?
You are Franziska von Karma, a very proud prosecutor deserving of much respect.
Till only a little while ago, I was but a wretched mutt who was always losing to you. A dancing
Oh god. Pierrot?
Pierrot?
Yep.
A dancing Pierrot living her life on the name and fame of her invincible father built.
True, your father, Manfred von Karma, didn't lose a single case for 40 years as a prosecutor. However, I wouldn't say he was invincible. He's dead, I think.
What are you talking about? The group I'm on the trail of is a little more troublesome than most. The smuggling route we found this time was only one sliver of the big picture.
Sounds like a dangerous assignment.
You really don't have to worry. I can take care of myself.
Yes. I suppose you can.
Plus, there is another agent on this case with me.
Oh? Another agent?
He's a star among Interpol agents and has the highest successful arrest rate. Who knows, you may even run into him one day.
I was simply caught up in this one case. I hardly see why we would cross paths.
I suppose. But I doubt he would say the same. Yes, I do. Michael.
I'm not following you.
You'll understand soon enough. The fight has only just begun, Miles Edgeworth. I'll be back in this country soon enough. And when I am, you can be sure I'll pay you back. In full.
And just like that, she's gone, huh, sir? Thank goodness. I can finally rest easy knowing I won't have to watch out for her whip.
Detective Gumshoe, I want to thank you for all your help and cooperation.
It was nothing, sir. I was just happy to be able to work with you again. I think I'm going to celebrate by adding a little extra salt to my instant noodles tonight.
Just how much did you cut his salary by, Franziska? Detective, I was wondering if you might give me a ride down to the prosecutor's office.
Sure thing, sir. I'll even fly down the road in the patrol car if you want.
Don't make me remind you, Detective. Safety first. Looks at screen. Thus, I solved the first case upon my arrival home. Franziska von Karma, the smuggling route she was after, and smuggling group she was after, I should say, the leaders of that ring had already put their trump card into play. Are you okay, voice in my head?
Very much, sir.
And the players on the other side of this war, they would begin to make themselves known through the next incident. Like 1 hour later. Edgeworth speaking.
I called who knows how many times earlier, but I couldn't get through.
And you are?
Have you forgotten my voice, Miles, my boy?
Mr. Amano. Ernest Amano, correct? All you.
So you do remember me. I know it's rather sudden, but I can't ask of this of anyone else. There's been an incident, Miles. I didn't like that. My son, he's been kidnapped. The end.